to get drafted by the Houston Texans and be reunited with some of your old teammates like John mentioned, Christian Harris?
Yeah, obviously I love Mesh, love Sierras, but for me, where I end up is something I can't control, and I'm gonna give my all to whatever team it is that takes me. I'm just super excited to be here. It's my dream to play in the NFL, and to be able to be here, whatever team I end up being taken by, is a blessing for me. Yeah, again, I've been this size, respectfully my whole life. I know who I am. I know what I can do, and for me, I think it's fair. Everyone can speculate and ask whatever questions are necessary, but I'm going to continue to control what I can control. Keep working my hardest to put myself in a good position, and I'm confident in myself. I know what I can do, and I'm just excited to get to that next level. Again, I feel like I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, we don't get to choose, so again, I don't know I'd be surprised either way. I'm just happy to be here, honestly. Again, it's an honor for me to be able to be selected by whatever team it is that takes a chance on me. So whoever it was at whatever position, I'm just happy to get that chance to the next level. I think, again, being able to be in these meetings, you're able to sit at all these different chairs and think about, playing it in all these teams, because you get to hear a little bit about their system. So, again, throughout these meetings and throughout the process, you look at other people's system, get to talk to coaches and decision makers, and I think through all that, you obviously envision yourself, try to get a feel for the coaching staff, and that's what I try to do here.
What's the biggest thing you want to do between now and the NFL?
I don't really feel like, my drive isn't necessarily to prove anything. I think for me it's to try to, explain all the things that I see to all the coaches, the GMs, all the decision makers, to express myself, talk about how I see the game, my experiences in the past, and be able to learn as well, to try to soak as much in from the process, learn from the coaches, being able to talk to some players and play in the league now. So for me, it's a big learning experience, and I'm doing my best to try to, explain how I've gotten here and try to find that great fit.
In your meetings with coaches and GMs, how do you talk about this? You mentioned that just earlier. How do they ask and how do you answer?
I speak my truth. I make sure I explain how I play the game, how I see the game, my process, how I'm able to get through things. Obviously there's stuff of film and on the board, and it's just talking ball, X's and O's. Coaches I feel like have asked about how I've gotten to throughout plays and through reads and all that. And again, I've been around so many great football minds being in these meetings, and being able to talk about one myself, and then be able to pick their brains and see how they run their offense, be able to learn from that. I think it's been a lot of back and forth, and I'm super grateful for it.
And all of that, like schematically, what have you taken from what Alabama, how they're asking about that? How do you see it applied?
Yeah, I feel like there's a good amount of application, with from play calls to protections to run game. I think, I've been blessed to be in the system that I have that I think translates pretty well to the next level. Obviously there's going to be stuff I'm going to learn, and I'm super excited and eager to do that. But, I think I have a really good foundation being from Alabama.
Hard work and dedication. Christian Harris told me a story about you being on the scout team. DJ Dale also said the same thing. They said it was hard to go up against you and you on the scout team.
Out there it's always competition, and being able to go against the first defense so much at Alabama, I feel like that prepared me. At a young age, I was able to see so much from playing against Coach Saban's defense and playing against a bunch of great guys, including Sierras. So I think it was really, beneficial for me, again, to be able to get reps, to be able to grow and learn and make mistakes, but challenge myself. And I think that's one of the beauties of going to Alabama.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. I've talked to a good amount of guys. I've tried to prepare myself as much as I can for the next level and for this process. Specifically, I was talking to Mac earlier this week, and he gave me a lot of great advice about, kind of just how to carry yourself. Things that he's learned in his years there. A lot of things that I'm going to take and hold on to, and I'm super grateful for the guidance I've gotten from him, on top of many other NFL players.
Right. How do you break down your skill set? There's 1,000 people that are trying to right now, but how do you do it? And what's the biggest misconception about your game?
That's a good question. For me, I feel like I'm someone who pushes myself and prides myself in my preparation and processing and leading a team and an offense. For me, I make sure that I do whatever I feel like is best for the team. I try to make efficient decisions. And again, after every time, whether it's run or pass, try to make sure that I'm doing and playing the most efficiently for the benefit of the team. And misconception-wise, to be honest, I don't really know too much that's out about me. I'm grateful for everyone's opinions and for the media for all the coverage and everything. But honestly, I'm not really like on social media that much. I'm not really watching too much about me. I respect everyone's opinions, but I focus on what I can control. So I take the advice and the direction of the people that I trust in my corner and people at the next level, and that's kind of what I try to focus on. Yeah, for me, I've been able to take this time to, focus on being ready for the next level, focus on being a professional. And, I've been around the 200-pound range, and for me, that's something that I think has been, not too hard to do with being able to focus now on being a professional football player. And I'm excited for that. Yeah, anytime you have to deal with adversity like that, it's tough. But I was blessed to be around the guys that I was. My teammates first, who have pushed me and picked me up through all that. We have an amazing training staff that also was there, making sure I was getting better each and every day. And again, it's tough. I'm dealing with injuries. It's hard to find people who haven't. And you can ask countless guys who have been able to fight through that. So I think we all kind of share that. But for me, just being able to play with my guys, be able to get back with my brothers, I think that was something that pushed me a lot through that process. And again, I was around a great group that picked me up while I was down. So luckily I'm fully back, and I'm excited for that next level. Sorry, my bad. I got like 3.
How'd you put on the weight? How do you keep it?
For me, it was, again, just being able to train. And we had an amazing nutritionist, Miss Amy, I love, and a great nutrition staff. But, obviously, being in college, there's a little bit more, you have school, of course. There's other stuff that, you have to focus on. And for me, being able to make sure, really just put more stock in and making sure that I'm eating the right things, making sure that my body's right, and just, working out and being able to train and get ready for this.
Right. Do you feel like Bama's QB now? What do you rate this?
I'm being biased, but of course, I feel like Bama is, if you're a recruit, that's the best place to play. That's 100% how I feel. I'm super grateful, for making that decision. And, I take a lot of pride in, being an Alabama quarterback. And, that was something I did when I committed there, when I got there, knowing the lineage that came, and, being able to uphold that and do my best to push that forward, that really meant a lot for me. Yeah, really, I think it's my faith. That's something that's been instilled in me, from my parents at a very young age, and that's something that guides all my actions, my decisions. I'm a man of God, and for me, my faith, fuels, how I work, how I carry myself, and I understand, I do everything to please the Lord, and that's kind of just how I approach all aspects of my life.
Bryce, what would you say is the best part of your game?
For me, I really pride myself in my leadership, and I know that that's something that I have to earn at the next level. I'm really excited to get into the locker room, whatever team, does take me, and to try to earn that trust and that respect from the locker room. Again, it's not something I'm entitled to, but it's something that, at the next level, I'm excited to put the work in to try to earn that trust from my teammates. Yeah, my meeting with the Texans was great. I was super happy to be in that room. Again, it's an amazing staff, and to be able to talk ball with them, them ask me some questions, and me to learn more about them to learn more about me. It was a great environment, and again, just being in that room, I got a lot of wisdom, so I'm super grateful for it.
Quarterback in Alabama history. 2000, finished second in history. Rip pass, 8,056 yards. Crystal time, all time, you receive the Heisman Trophy. And I can list all your achievements at the press conference. Why do you make the decision to go pro now?
For me, I trusted the people around me, that felt like it was the best decision for me. And like you said, going to Alabama was, it was an honor. It was a blessing. I take a lot of pride in it. And, I grew so much while being there. Personally, I felt like it was time for me to take the next step. But I'll forever be indebted to the university, and I'm super grateful for my time there and what I learned.
What was that reading like with Bears?
Also, yeah, again, with the Bears as well, it was a great room to be a part of. We were able to talk ball, able to talk about, my last year. And again, it was a great staff. Me able to learn about them, us go back and forth. It was an honor. So there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom in that room. And for me to be able to pick their brains as well and to learn so much that I did in that meeting was great.
One game show off your tape to NFL teams would be what? And what's the toughest defense?
I think one of the games that I'm proud of, and that we're all proud of is the Auburn game, especially my junior year. We pride ourselves at the University of Alabama so much in that game. In the Iron Bowl, that's something that's so big for us as a university, as a state, and for us to be resilient as a team in that last that game my sophomore year, and going into the overtimes as did, and for us to show that fight in a game that means so much to us. That's something that I'm extremely proud of. And
what about the defense?
Yeah, and defense, Georgia was definitely a tough defense. And playing in the SEC, there's a lot of tough defenses. You see a lot, but yeah, Georgia was definitely a special defense.
What's the hardest part of your journey? The hardest thing that come to this and being for so long, but I guess it probably wasn't always like this.
Hardest part, it's kind of hard to pinpoint. There's been a lot of struggles, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of adversity. But, for me, honestly, that's something I embrace and I enjoy. Things being tough, me being going to the South, going to college away from home, being in new environments, being challenged each and every day by coaches and my teammates there. It's a lot that's of adversity. But again, that's what I embrace. I enjoy that. I feel like those challenges that's what equals out to growth, and for me that's something I take pride in. So even the downs and the struggles, at the end of the day, even throughout it, I know that it's only going to make me better.
Bryce, we're good. Take your shot.
For sure. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.